Okay, which is the ace of what? You know what that is? Okay, put your right hand out. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put that there. Now put your other hand on top and hold it tight, because what happens is I'm going to try to get it out from between your hands. You holding it tight though? You're probably pretty strong. This is the what? Ace of hearts. Okay, you got the ace of hearts. Now, you're holding it tight? 1, 2, you holding it? You feel that right there? Did you feel me switching?
Yeah, don't you cut me with that card.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's that? Ace of Spades. What do you got? Ace of hearts. Didn't you feel it? Didn't you feel me switching?
No.
I just need to catch it.
No.
Yeah, you didn't
Oh, man.
That's it. No, you got
Okay, the first part to the 2-card Monte is the thumb count. Now, the thumb count is a great way to get 2 cards counted without being detected. Now, to start off the thumb count, you're going to hold the deck in the regular dealer's grip like this. You're going to have your pointer finger on top, thumb on the side, and the other 3 fingers on the right side. Okay? This pointer finger you're going to use as a flex point, and you're actually going to push your thumb towards that pointer finger. Now, if you hold it like this, the tip of your thumb, which is right here, is actually going to be pushing towards your pointer finger or away from your body. Okay? It's going to push down towards your finger. These other 3 fingers on the right, your pinky, middle, and ring finger, are going to be pushing in towards the flesh of the thumb. So, in this way. What that does is it keeps it tight. And what you want to do is, once you have the deck squared up, you're going to take this finger, the thumb, and push. See how it's flexing the deck? You're going to push like that against this pointer finger here. So you're going to push, push, and you're putting a little bit of pressure with these 3 fingers here. So you push, and as you push, 1 card, push, 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 will pop right there. You see the 1 card pops? So you see we have 1 card, and if you push a little bit more, keep pushing until 1 card clears the edge of the thumb. 2. So there we just counted 2 cards with the flesh of our thumb. So once again, dealer's position, you're going to take the flesh right here of your thumb and push down. What that does is it bevels the card a bit and uses the pointer finger here is what you're pushing against. Okay? So square the deck. So to start the trick, you're going to do a thumb count. You need 2 cards. So you're going to go 1, you push, 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 pop, and 2, push, 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 pop. There's 2. Now for other tricks you may need 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. You can count as many as you need, and this is a great way to do it. So you're just pushing through 1, 2 like that. Okay, you don't want to just stand there and go 1, 2, to get your 2 cards. What you want to do is use a little motion when you're doing the thumb count. So when you're counting 1, 2, you just want to go 1, 2, and I just did 2 cards right there. Or like you're explaining the story, and just do it while you explain the story, and I just got 2 more right there. Okay, so people aren't going to be staring at your hands, but even if they are, if you use a little motion like that, you can catch 2. So I have 2 there now, and that's the thumb count. So practice the thumb count, get it so you can get 2 cards every time. There's 2, and do it so you can use motion 1, 2. Okay. People generally aren't looking at your hands or looking at your eyes when you're telling the story, but if they are looking at your hands and you use a little motion, they won't be able to detect it. Okay, so there's 2 cards. And that's the thumb count. Okay, the second part of the 2-card Monte is what's called the double lift. Now the double lift is used by magicians around the world. It's a standard magician sleight, and it's used constantly, and people use it sometimes 10 times in their one routine, and we're going to teach it to you now. Now there are many ways to do the double lift. I'm going to teach you this is the way I prefer for the 2-card Monte. Okay, we're going to start. We left off with the thumb count, so we got the 2 cards there. Now we need to transfer these 2 cards and pick them up as 1, and that's what the double lift is. So you have the 2 cards. From here, what I do is I have it here, so now I'm going to push to the right with my thumb against these 3 fingers here. So I take the 2 and I'm pushing. It causes the deck to bow. You can see the cards bowed right there. What you're going to do is you're going to take this finger and move it out of the way, like this, okay? And then push a little bit harder. What that does is it causes this part to jut out. Now if you can see from this angle that there's a part that's jutted out right here, okay? And that's because we moved this finger out of the way. So with that jutted out area, what we're going to do is I take my middle finger of my right hand, and you can do whatever way feels best, but this way works for me. And I stick it right on that edge. You can see the part that's sticking out. I stick my middle finger right there. And what I do is I put my thumb on this edge right here. What that allows me to do is put my pointer right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot the card, actually the 2 cards, on the flush of my thumb like that and show them as one. Okay? So once again, from the 2 card thumb count, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to push, I'm going to bow, and as I'm pushing I move this out of the way, which causes that little lip right there. Okay, I stick my middle finger, I turn my hand and stick the side of my middle finger right here. My thumb goes on the top right and my pointer finger goes right in the middle. From there I can turn the 2 cards over as one. That's the double lift. So you're saying you have the King of Spades, and what I do for a nice touch is I just flick it off the flesh of my thumb, saying, what card is this? It's the King of Spades, okay? It appears as 1, even though it's 2. And the reason why this works is because I have the pointer finger here, and I have the middle finger here, and the thumb here, which is keeping them square. And because I'm pushing them into my thumb, it keeps the edges nice and tight, so they don't separate. That's the secret to a good double lift. And then you can flick it like this, which really makes it seem as just 1 card. Okay? So that's the double lift. So we go 1, 2, and then in live motion you can just flip it right over and show the 2 cards. Now when I was starting, I didn't know about the thumb count, and what I would do is I'd push these over a little bit, and then I'd just go and try to feel. And you can actually just stick your finger on the edge like this and try to feel 2 cards. But what happens is when you get real nervous, it's so hard to detect 2 cards. Like I think I have 2 here, but ends up being 3 because you're just trying to do it real quick. So the thumb count is really an accurate way, 1, 2, to always get 2 cards and never to mess up the trick. So use the thumb count like that and use the double lift. So 1, 2. And of course, once you do the double lift like that, put it back on real naturally, and they think of course it's the King of Spades when it's the Ace of Diamonds, and King of Spades is underneath. Okay, so you're starting to see how this trick works already. Okay. Okay, if you haven't already figured it out, I'm going to let you in on the big secret of this trick. The double lift is the big secret, and that's how you get away with it. But what you're going to need is just 3 cards, really. You're going to need a Ace of Hearts, an Ace of Spades, which comes in every deck. And the only real secret to this trick is an extra Ace of Hearts that comes from another deck, which has the same back. And in order, you want them Hearts, Spade, Heart. It can be any card you want, but you need 2 of the same, first and third, okay? So you're going to flip those over and you're going to put them on top like that. So from this point you can figure out what happens if you do a double lift. Okay, I'm doing this in slow motion. It portrays the Ace of Spades. So you say, what card is this? It's the Ace of Spades. Okay, great. You put this in their hand. They put it in their hand and have them hold it tight. Obviously they shouldn't look at it because it's not the Ace of Spades. Do another double lift. What you have now is the Ace of Hearts. Okay, so they think you have the Ace of Hearts, and you pick up the top card like that. Okay, what I like to do at this point is the Charlier. We're going to learn that in just a second. But what that is that's getting rid of that top card because I don't want that one there anymore. Okay, and of course you can ask them what they have, and they're going to flip over their card, which is the Ace of Hearts, and you have the Ace of Spades. So it's an awesome way to switch out. And that's the secret. And the secret to this is just practice, practice, practice. Get a great double lift so it always looks like it's 1. Have them put it in their hand and hold it tight. make them think that you're going to switch it. Obviously, you're not going to switch it. But this is an awesome trick, and the reason why it's an awesome trick is it's just really 3 cards. It's 3 cards, and the reaction you get is amazing, and it's right in front of them. You show them a card, you show them their card, and you just switch it, and it's right in their hands, and that's what makes it such an awesome effect. So practice it, look at the video, study this over and over again until you get it down perfect. Try it on someone you know first, and get their reaction, and then once you get good enough, try it on some strangers. Good luck. It's an awesome effect.
Okay, good. Okay, put the right hand out. Yeah, we'll put this here. Put your other hand on top. Hold it tight, okay? What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get it out from in your hand, okay? So what card is this? Heart. Okay, and you got what? Okay, ready? You holding it tight? 1, 2. You feel that right there? You feel me switch it? You sure? Well, how come I got the Ace of Spades? You got the Ace of Hearts. Isn't that cool? You want to see another one, or are you all done?